Hey guys, so I just woke up, so I like messy whatever. Um, but I woke up and I'm like I'm bored, and so I thought I'd do a three. Okay, I'm still in fifth grade, so still keep that in your mind. That'll have to be um kind of tied in with middle school, but I'm gonna do throughout the years, kindergarten through fourth grade, because I haven't finished fifth grade. And I really feel some other stuff might happen. But then again, I don't. But yeah. So I started this school, and I'm just gonna call it Dr. Pepper because I don't want to tell you guys what school I'm going to. Because I'm still going to that same school. I've never moved. So yeah, I started going to Dr. Pepper. Um, Not much really happened that year. I mean, it was kindergarten, so um, I guess I really just started learning and stuff. Um, yeah. So kindergarten. Oh yeah, in kindergarten I got my very first bus referral, and I didn't know what that was until I got it. And basically, when I was on the bus, I still to this day have to do it. I stood up. I don't know why, but I had to stand up. But but the thing about when I stood up was I stuck my head out the window, um, to let like not my whole head, but just like my hair would fly out of it. And for some reason, I liked doing that, and um, I did it, and I got a bus referral for it. And because I moved around in the seat, I don't know why, but I did. So yeah, going very first bus referral. First grade. um, I okay. So in like towards the end of kindergarten, there's this girl named Janasia, and we were friends, right? We were friends. And then in first grade, we got put in the same class, and we were best friends. Like we were best friends. And this boy named Devontae, I'm still friends with him to this day. You'll learn a lot more about him later, but we were friends too. And then Anna Marissa, I barely see her, but we're still friends. I would see why we wouldn't be. And then, so yeah, they were my best friends. And I got my second best referral, kind of for the same reason, but I think I got two of them. So, okay. And then, we were doing, I think it's now Discovery. I think that, no, actually, we did Discovery and we did this year. It's actually a test to see where you're at. So that's Discovery. It's actually a test that you have to take on Odyssey, which my school does. And uh, I didn't like taking it. It scared me so much. Passages were, at my time, they were really long. And I didn't want to read them. I didn't know how to answer the questions at all. I didn't know how to. And then I would start to cry. And I would have to get sent up to the office. And I would have to go up there crying and tell them why I'm up there. And they always told me, just click whatever you want. And you'll be fine. And I never wanted to do that. And I was just crying. And then one day I had to stand from PE and do it. My teacher made me stand up and do it. I couldn't even get a chair. And I was a pretty big kindergartner and a first grader. I was pretty tall. And I had to sit there and stand. And the tables were like to my waist. and do it. And I couldn't, and it was so uncomfortable, and I had to use the bathroom, and she wouldn't let me go until I finished it, and that really made me mad. But I finished it, and then I did a couple little Odyssey activities, which I really wish I could do in fifth grade because I missed doing them. And yeah, and then I got just second grade, and I in second grade, Janasia moved away. I'm not gonna tell you guys her last name, but I'll tell you guys the moment. What's her name? Yeah, Janasia moved away. Um, I think 2 to 3 weeks. Um, in the beginning of second grade. But I was still friends with Aunt Marissa. She was in my class. So was Devontae, but and so was this girl named Michelle, and then a couple other people, but they weren't major. Um. Oh yeah, yeah. I think I'll share that. And then, but she's in the middle. And um. So oh yeah. So I started being friends with Michelle and Marissa, and they rode the same bus, so they were friends already. And it was kind of like off and on because Aunt Marissa would stay friends with Michelle and get me mad, and then when we weren't friends, and then they'll be friends, and I'm over here, and like it's just like arguing, and then we'll all be friends again, and then Michelle will be alone, and it's me and Aunt Marissa, and it's kind of like back and forth. But towards the end of the year, uh, I think we were just like cool. We weren't friends, but we were cool. But I was still close with Marissa. And then, and then, and towards the middle, or the no, yeah, towards the middle end. Um, what is it? Oh yeah, towards the middle end, this girl named Jalen came in, and she was so nice, so so nice. And she was friends with me and Aunt Marissa and everybody. And so around this time, around break or not break, around some time on the weekend, her house burned down, and it was so sad. She kept crying because everyone asked her what happened, and she's just like, I don't want to share. And then she shared to the teacher, and how can I word this? She soon moved into blue bus, which I'll just call it blue bus because we have colors. They're not literally blue, but she moved to ride that bus instead of at that time was purple bus. It's now yellow bus. Um, so and then she moved completely away. So I mean, and that day when she did move, um, I was getting on the daycare bus, which me and my sister ditched after third grade. We hated them. We stopped going there. We just stopped getting on the daycare bus because we kind of had that option, but kind of upset our parents when we didn't get on it. But yeah, so I got on the daycare bus and I could see Jalen's car because the daycare bus went in front where the car riders did. And I saw Jalen's car. I saw her get in it, and like I was turning around, and I'm like, I see Jalen's car, and there's this one girl sitting next to me, and this other girl, and they just started saying, "Haha, she's leaving," and it's this one girl that I totally despised because her mom worked at the daycare, and they thought they were so cool, and then this other girl, um, didn't really have issues with her, but she was kind of closer to this old little girl. And her name was Jada. And I hate that name, Jada. Jada. Who the fuck named your daughter Jada? And then Jasmine. And so they just started saying her name, and I got so mad. Like this is the point where I started getting mad quickly, and so mad. And so I took my elbows, and I was not aiming for um like um Jasmine's stomach, and I wasn't aiming for Jada's stomach. I was trying to hit the back of the seat, and my elbows, like if you do this, I hit her in her stomach so hard that that little girl started to cry. When I do, why would I say I hit her in the stomach? Because I didn't hit her in the stomach. My hand barely went past her. Well, it barely hit her. Blah. And she started to cry. And the daycare lady, Miss Darlene, number two, because there were two Miss Darlene's, but the bus driver, Miss Darlene, was a bitch. They were both bitches, but she was, and then, so, uh, so when we got off the bus, Jada told her, and then when I got off the bus, because we went in road, and she was, for some reason, she got off before me. Don't know why. Oh yeah, because she called her to get off before me. And she was just asking her, and she's just saying, "Oh, Destiny did this, Destiny did that." And when I was getting off the bus, when this bitch Miss Darlene said, "What did you do?" I said, "I did nothing to that little girl." I got off the bus, slammed the door that we went through in, and I ran to the bathroom. I sat down on that toilet. I was saying to myself, you know what, Destiny? I wasn't big at the time. I was big. I wasn't as big as I was now. I'm gonna say that, but I was pretty sizey. You would say, and the windows were about this big, probably as big as a computer, so about this big. And I'm like, Destiny, you're gonna jump out that window, cause I probably wouldn't, but I could have tried. And I'm like, Destiny, jump out that window right now and leave this place, cause you have friends that live in the neighborhood next to it. Just jump the gate and do it. And I was trying to convince myself to, but then I looked out the window, and the group of little kids were out there, little toddlers, and I didn't want to do that. And then finally, Miss Anita, best friends with Miss Dana. Miss Dana is Jada's daughter. Miss Dana is Jada's mom, and they're best friends. So Miss Anita came in, and she's like, "Get out of the bathroom." And I'm like, "No." She said, "Destiny, get out of the bathroom, or I'm gonna go get Miss Darlene." Which Miss Darlene still works at my school. She worked in the daycare and the school, but now she doesn't because that daycare had shut down. So she worked at my school. She still works at my school, but I'm just gonna call her Miss Darlene too. And then Miss Darlene one, she said, "I'm gonna go get Miss Darlene too," because she was there. And I'm like, I don't care. And then a couple minutes went by, like 10 or 15 went by, and then Miss Darlene number two, no, and Miss Anita came back and said, "Destiny, get out." And I said no. And so she got Miss Darlene. Miss Darlene came back and said, "One, two, three, four, five." I got pissed. I got up and I ran to the carpet where they were at, and I was not listening to them at all. And um, sooner or later, they got Miss Donna, which was the owner of the place, of course, and she said, "Come with me to my office." And I did. I did, and I went up there and told her the story. She's like, "I know it's hard to, lose a friend that's moving," and I completely lied. I would have went off from that girl, but I didn't. And I said, "Yeah, I know, I know, I know." And then a couple minutes later, I went in and played with dolls because, that's the only thing fun they had to do. And then my mom came and got me. I remember my mom came and got me with Daisy. Daisy had not gone. If Daisy was there, maybe my sister wasn't as close as we are now. If Daisy was there, that probably would have not happened. Um, but she was at her doctor's for her, and yeah, I know this take up half the video, but that's the story I really wanted to share because it's just something that I think is so wrong. And that daycare, it was called Alpha Kid Care. It's now shut down. Creative Minds Academy took over it, and I'm so happy they did. But yeah, and then in third grade, in third grade, my teacher, I really didn't like her. Like I liked her, but I didn't like her. Like put it like this. I liked her. She was kind of not bitchy all the time, but bitchy sometimes, and so obsessed with like her baby and all that. And she kind of was like nice to some people, and then not to some others. And I felt I was kind of in the middle of that. She really didn't like. Okay, um, how can I put this? Her, I don't want to get at her name, so I'm just gonna call her Miss M. Um, Miss M kind of liked three girls the most. And them three girls I was friends with. Um, Janae, she moved away this year when she found out she didn't get the teacher she wanted. Kathleen moved away last year, not last year, but she was there at the end of the school year, but she didn't come because she moved to uh, Mountain Dew, and Mountain Dew is just like so close to Dr. Pepper, and I was so mad. Um, I wanted to. I was so mad at OJP that in the third grade I wanted to go to Mountain Dew, but but yes, and then Brismar, she's in my class this year, and I'm not sure about her. I'm her friend and all, but there's some things that I don't like about her, and we'll get into that. Um, but third grade, yeah, she was really close to Kathleen, Janae, and Brismar, and them were like her top three. But they were really good, well behaved. They were kind of the quiet type. Brismar and Kathleen were like best friends, and then I believe like after like um third grade, they got to different. We'll get into that. But at third grade, I did get a couple bus referrals. Um, I think only like two. But yeah, I got a couple bus referrals, and mostly for the same reason, standing up and just doing all that. Disobeying the bus driver, stuff like that. Um, what else? Oh yeah, and the last day of school, our party wasn't like the greatest, but it wasn't like yeah, it was the worst party I've ever had. But it was cool. We went on a treasure hunt, right? And me and Kathleen were the first two to go find clues, and she gave us the clue, and it was where the teacher read. Yes, where the teacher read, and Kathleen was looking everywhere, right? In that area, and I was looking too. And I looked under the easel, and there was the treasure. And she was nice to me in the beginning, but when I saw the treasure, she gave me this like Kathleen found the clue. She gave me this sly look, told me to sit down, and said, "You best be quiet." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like I didn't even like say, "Look, there's the treasure." And all. And then we got into the treasure hunt, and I wanted to read what like everyone else did, and the clue, and I think the word was glorious or glory, full of glory, and I said glorious, and I got like she's like no, it's this word, and I was a third grader. And like I was on a like I had the highest reading level in the beginning of the year. Yes, I did. I was the only one in white. I'm so happy. Like I was the only one in white, and like every person that came in, they said they're gonna be on like purple or something, and then they always ended up to be on like blue, which is like kindergarten. And like I was so like this one boy came in. He was a nightmare in the class, honestly. And this one boy came in, and he's like, "No, I'm on purple." I'm all purple. And I'm like, okay, go get a purple book and read it. And he never could because we weren't allowed to get out of our own level. Okay. And he turned out to be on like a red, which is like a first to second, I think, grade level. And then I soon excelled to black, which is a fourth grade and a third grade. So, yeah. So fourth grade. It's such a memorable year. I met so many of my friends that grade. So many. Kiana moved away last year. She was there for 1 year. She, for like half the year, was coming from Winter Haven to to Lakeland, and like her mom and dad drove her every day, every single day, to school and back home. And she used to live like right close, not close, like away from me. And then they moved. So she moved. She didn't come to fifth grade to Dr. Pepper and Kathleen. So and yeah, and Kathleen, and then my best friend Aubrey. But we're kind of like splitting, and I'll tell you why. In fifth beginning, okay. So in fourth grade, we were all friends, and I'll name all of them. Aubrey, Lewis, Tatiana, Estefani, kind of not like yeah, but not. Kathleen, Kiana. That's already. I think I already said Kiana. I already said Kiana. And I think yeah, them top five were like the major, and like we were all close that year. Like I've never been friends with them. Like never thought I would be, and I am now. Well, kinda. And so yeah, so we were like friends and all that. Um, really good, really good. You know. And then I got a lot of bus referrals that year. Getting in fights, arguing with the bus driver, disobeying the bus driver, um, saying I don't care if I get referrals, talking at the robots, like all of them, and I got like 6 of them or 7 in that 1 year. So yeah, and it was all from like the same people. Like he wasn't even in my class with Devontae and his like brothers, basically. So and then were the people that I got in the fight with, Devontae and his brother. So, but it was all from his um brother, not the youngest one, but the middle one. And yeah, and so we were really close friends. And then, like that friend stuff you do, and not to get into it, but yeah. And then in the beginning of the fifth was cool. We were all the same bus until they kind of split the buses. This is fifth grade though, so fifth. Kathleen wasn't there, Kiana wasn't there, and yeah. But Aubrey was split into a different class. The only friends from last year that I have is last year in that class. Brandon, he's not really my friend. He's really annoying to me. He's so rude. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, so basically none. But Louis, Tatiana, Estefani, and Aubrey got, so them four, they got put into Miss Charles's class with like almost everybody else from our last year class. And then some got put in Miss Walden's class, but in Miss Callagher's class, basically just me, Chad, and Brandon. Chad, he's cool. He's cool, but I don't know about Brandon. Like, I really don't know. But anyways, so Bristol, I don't know how it started. Oh yeah, Bristol had told me the day before that she was dating Alex and all this shit. Cause like these people in fifth grade, I just want to like when I get so mad at them, I just want to come out and say, you guys act like you're in high school. You're fifth graders. They all they talk about is dating and cheating and all this drama and like I don't know. I just really don't know. But um, where was I at? Oh yeah. So we're sitting at the blacktop, me and Brisamar, and I don't know, but Brisamar seems to really get noticed these days. And like she asked me, "Who do you like?" And then I asked her, "Well, tell me who you like." She says, "Lewis." And I say, "What a coincidence!" And like all this, and like so yeah, and obviously probably already getting it, but yeah, me and her, like she said she liked Lewis, but I doubt that was a lie, and I had told her that I did too, and so like made me really mad. But I think she went and told Lewis after I told her don't. And every time I tell her, you said you liked him too, she's like, no, I don't. And I think it's just because she doesn't want Alex to leave her. But yeah, um, so much drama. And like, I like literally, I think she did or somebody did. She told someone that told him. His sister already knows, but you know, she my friend. I think. I mean, unless she was, she couldn't be. Yeah. Um, where was I at? Oh yeah, and Tatiana, Lewis, like they don't even talk to me no more. Like never, ever anymore. Like the other day, I had my phone out, fitting to get on the bus, and she's like, "Oh, is that a Galaxy S?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I have one too," and then she walked away. But yeah, but um, um, but yeah, they don't talk to me that much. But I was really surprised. Like for all people, at Stefani and Valerie, they asked me to be in their group. Like I was like stunned. Like like really? Because like it's so funny. Like it's kind of weird because like they're like a lot of people there asked me to be in their group, and they were like cool with it. Like they came up to me and like, Destiny, can you be in our group? And I'm like, yeah. But yeah, so that's the beginning of fifth grade. So they don't. And me and Jenna were cool. Kind of argued a lot, and I think we're cool now. And um, um, the principal said if I get like if I have to be sent up to her office for like fighting or something again, that I'm gonna be expelled, not suspended, but expelled from that school. Because of fourth grade. Fourth grade really, it was a really good year for me, and friendship wise and fun wise. But I really like my teacher too, but not um, behavioral wise. So yeah, that was like I really want to see what like fifth grade brings me, and I'm really anxious about middle school. Because like when someone like takes me off, I go off, and middle school there's cops and all that, so I'm kind of anxious, and I want to see where fifth grade goes, cause right now what's happening? Oh yeah, I think I'm friends with Tay too. Yeah, so if you guys want to know my friends for this year, it's Tay, I think Tay and Arash, Jenna, and there's like anybody else that I can just like flow into. Like I'm kind of like a floater. That's it. Anyone else that I can just like blend and flow with. I think that's yeah. Okay, guys. So I only have one picture, and that is my second grade picture. Yeah, it's second grade. And I'm sorry that I only have a second grade one, and then I have a second grade like album picture, but that's so ugly. But I'll go get my second grade one and show to you guys. And if I can scratch up any other ones, I'll show you, but I doubt I will. So you just stay right there. Okay, I got it. And the reasoning for me only having this one, because I normally doesn't like buying them. They're really expensive. But like, we got them to look and then buy. Like, and me and Marissa thought we were getting them for free. And I had ripped like one of my like little keychain things out and gave it to her, and she was gonna give me one of hers, but then Miss Ann came over and she's like, "Did you buy them?" And we were like, "No," and she's like, "Well, you're supposed to look at them and buy them." And we were so scared. Like, she was coming with me to go home with me to like play and stuff, and like it was so scary because like we were so scared. Like literally, we were walking around my neighborhood asking for like $15 to clean your house because like the packaging, like with all the items that came with it was like $80, and I was so surprised with my mom.
Get that goddamn glass of soda off that furniture.
Okay.
Oh,
So about that, what my mom bought. So quickly, here's my secondary picture. Yes, it's okay, but it's not the best. But yeah, gotta go.